Hello and welcome to the New Mindset Podcast. My name is Jacob.
My name's Georgia.
I hope that you're all going very, very beautifully today.
Beautifully.
I hope that you're going beautifully
Love
wherever
that.
you're at. Georgia and I are on our second podcast of 3 tonight. We're on a mission to smash these out and actually make them decent and meaningful while getting through a good chunk of them.
Yes. We are. This is why we're travelling overseas.
Yes, so this one will be released while we're over there, and I will be testing my exposure therapy in Japan as we speak, so pray for me. But how are you going, Georgina?
Divine. I'm in the divine Delulu state, but we will get through.
Yeah. What is it? 9:15 at the moment, so normally your bedtime.
It's past my bedtime.
Old lady.
Yeah.
Old lady.
What about you? How are you feeling?
I'm good.
Great.
Yeah, I think
Moving on.
it's going to...
Joking.
Bruh.
Sorry.
It's going to be a bit of a later night, I think. Getting through, I think I've just got to do some more new mindset content stuff.
Yes.
And then some Olympics in the background. Hopefully Australia win one more gold medal. Just one more to get in front of Japan.
Yeah.
But I am keen. This will be, I think, our third movie review. We've done 2. So we did Inside Out 1 and 2. Number 2 was with Penn, my sibling. And you and I are going to smash through one of your dad's favourite movies today.
Yeah, he does love this one.
He does love this one. Lessons from Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah.
When was Meet the Robinsons made?
2007.
Oh, you did your research.
Yeah, I did my research. I've got a little
2007.
brief synopsis here.
Where'd you get your brief synopsis from?
From Google.
From Google? Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you did ChatGPT.
No, Google.
That was funny. We were having a look through ChatGPT and it was like, can you describe Meet the Robinsons for me? And it did so. And it's like, can you do it now in a bogan way? It also did so.
Well, I did. Can you describe it? Can you do it in a more casual way? Because it was very formal. And then Jacob was like, oh, can you do it as like a bogan? So I did, can you do some Australian slang and bogan language?
I loved it.
It
was so good.
G'day, champs. How we going?
Go for gal.
Yeah,
Go for
that was
gal.
it. But I have an actual legitimate synopsis of Meet the Robinsons for those who may not know the movie or just want a little bit of a rejig
Let's hear it.
of what's going on. Cool.
Let's hear it.
So Meet the Robinsons is a 2000...
Robinsons.
Robinsons. I said that. No, I didn't. Meet the Robinsons is a 2007 animated film from Disney. It follows a young orphan named Lewis who is a brilliant inventor. After creating a time machine, he travels to the future where he meets the eccentric Robinson family. The family helps Lewis discover the importance of family and perseverance. Along the way, they thwart the plans of the villainous bowler hat guy who wants to steal Lewis's invention. The film blends adventure, humour, and heart, emphasising the value of embracing and learning from past mistakes.
Oh, really? Really good.
Thank you
Thought you
so
nailed that.
much. Thank you.
I thought you nailed it. So what else? What else have you got for me? Because you did all the research for this,
Yeah.
which I'm very proud of you for.
Thank
It's a
you.
big step.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm just joking. What else have we got? This was a cool movie. We got it in. We've also got it in PS2 game form that we
Yes.
haven't played yet. But I forgot that we had it, so we got to start up the PS2 again.
Yeah.
And give it a crack.
I mean, yeah. No, it was really good. And I loved watching it when I was a kid.
Yeah. So what? It's your dad's favorite, isn't it? One of his favorite.
Dad's favourite, I think because when we were kids, he always was like, okay, that was a great movie. What was the lesson?
What was the lesson?
He always was on about lessons in movies. And this one in particular, out of all the Disney ones that you've ever, watched and seen and experienced as a child, it was the most plastered message I could have ever thought of because the entire movie and the entire family was just saying to Lewis, keep moving forward, keep moving forward, keep moving forward.
Yep.
And there was even a choir of frogs that said, keep moving forward, keep moving forward. It was like a key part of the movie. So the motto was, I've reached Delulu, was keep moving forward. So that was one of the really big messages. Despite whatever happens to you, you just keep pushing on, keep moving forward.
What was the message of the movie?
Jeez, I forgot.
Keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Cool. Speaking on lessons, what
Yep.
would your dad have answered, do you reckon? Like, what are some lessons?
From him?
Give me 3 lessons that you got from the movie, or you reckon that your dad would.
Yeah, I reckon, well, the biggest one is don't dwell on what is, don't dwell. It was really kind of keep forward
Yep.
and keep looking at the future.
Yep.
But if we're kind of looking at ones that,
That are like factored toward anxiety, confidence, mental health,
yeah,
anything like that.
yeah.
Have you got any of those?
I have plenty of those.
Let's hear them.
Yes. So the first one is confidence is built through persistence. That's the first one that I kind of noted down.
Okay.
Because it is really only through trying and trying and trying again and actually taking the step and doing the thing and the thing that's a little bit scary, that you can build that confidence about yourself. About yourself and about skills and capabilities and just that self-belief and self-assurance happens through continuously trying again and again and again.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And where was that sort of shown in the movie?
That was...
So I don't really, honestly, if I'm being honest, I don't really remember the movie.
Really?
I remember, look, guys, if you haven't watched it yet, it was 2007, so there's not really any spoilers at this point. But all I remember is that he is an orphan. Was that? Oh, technically he's not.
No, I literally said that in our introduction. It follows a young orphan named Lewis. That's not like a secret part of the movie.
How dare you spoil the movie?
How dare you not listen to my intro?
It was just a long intro.
Okay, rightio. You just zoned out.
I'm sorry.
So that's the only... Guys, it could be a spoiler, but it's literally in the first
But
5
George
minutes
already
of the movie.
spoiled it for you, so what else have we got?
So the part of the movie, is that what you're asking about?
Yeah.
Where it was shown?
Yeah.
There was a particular part where they have a time machine where this character comes into play and steals Lewis and takes him to the future because he needs to help
Spoiler
out something
alert.
in the future.
Do you want a spoiler alert?
But when they land, they crash land, and so Lewis needs to fix the time machine.
Oh my god.
And he just says, I can't do it, I don't know this technology, I don't know anything about it. But this is the real spoiler. The real spoiler is that the boy that came and collected Lewis from the past is his son.
Oh my god.
And Lewis actually invented the time machine in the future. So the boy that took Lewis knows that he can fix it, but Lewis doesn't know it yet because it's in the future.
I don't know if you touch on it, but Lewis is an orphan.
He's an orphan. I don't want to laugh about the fact that he's an orphan. Like, that's actually sad.
Why would you laugh at that?
Hey!
Why would you laugh at that?
You laughed at that.
I laughed at your face. You laughed at the fact that he's an orphan. You just do weird expressions sometimes. With your
Stop
face.
that now.
You cut that out. Hey, don't you talk to me like that. Don't you say that.
What?
What?
Huh?
Famous movie lines from Step Brothers.
Oh,
Hey, don't
okay.
you say that.
I don't understand.
Alright, cool. What else have we got? You've got here, mistakes are valuable learning opportunities.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a stock standard. That's out of a lot of different movies, to be
stock
honest.
standard
Standard
message.
lesson, mate.
Yeah, bruh.
But yeah, every single mistake that we make is an opportunity to learn and grow. And that could be from little instances of, I just can't quite get this right, and you just keep trying and trying and trying again.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe a not very well thought out plan ends up being a failure, but you can learn from the failure.
Yeah.
And that's an opportunity to learn.
That's a really good point. I do
Thank
like
you
that.
so much.
As you do the dramatic hand
I
movements.
really appreciate that.
Like, what are those people that run the...
Don't mimic me. My students already did it today. I was explaining a game
How'd you
and
feel
I was
about that?
using my gestures and they all mimicked me.
How'd you feel about
I
that?
felt really cool, to be honest. I felt cool
You're
enough
the
to be
coolest
mimicked.
person I know.
Thank you.
All right, what else have we got? What's your third lesson?
The third proper lesson is that element, and this sounds a little bit cuckoo, a little bit frou-frou, but I feel like it's still on par with confidence and building that self-esteem, is that self-belief fuels innovation and growth. So being able to, sorry, your face is funny. Lewis's confidence in his ideas builds over. It's late.
What?
It's late.
Why are you laughing?
Your face was funny. What I'm trying to say is that Lewis continuously, he does make a lot of mistakes in this movie. Him and his little comrade who, ends up being his son.
Yep.
But they need to continuously believe in themselves to be able to overcome the challenges that they have that are quite significant in the plot line. But it's only through believing in themselves and knowing that they can get out the other side that they overcome the challenges.
Yeah. I think self-belief fuels innovation and growth. I think failure does as well.
Yeah.
Like failure fuels the innovation and growth. And
Yeah.
he had a lot of failure from memory in that movie.
Yeah. And there was one particular event that took place that actually altered the future and it started changing in front of them. They were like, oh my God, I can't believe that not doing this one thing changed the entire trajectory of the future. You try and say it.
Say what?
Trajectory.
Nailed it. First go.
I don't
No,
know.
yeah, no, I like those lessons because that was, each one you said sort of brought me back to, those moments in that glorious 2007 film.
Yeah, it was great.
What were some of your favourite moments? Like, do you remember when you first watched it, you were like, that stuck with me? It doesn't have to be a lesson or anything like that, just, anything awesome.
Yes. The bowler hat guy that I mentioned before, he's the villain.
Yep.
There is a moment where the bowler hat that he wears is actually a robot that, spoiler alert, was Lewis's invention. And the bowler hat is the actual brains behind the operation of the villain, who is the evil bowler hat guy. He's actually a bit of a noob.
Yep.
And
What's a noob?
Noob is like a bit of a clueless, I've got nothing between my ears kind of situation.
Okay.
A little bit silly,
Okay.
a little bit stupid. He was the comic relief in the film.
Okay.
And there's this particular line in this catchphrase that the noob tries to go about a particular evil plan, and the creatures that his bowler hat takes over say back to him, I'm just this little person, and I don't really know if this plan was really well thought out.
Are those the frogs?
That was the frogs and the dinosaur.
Yeah.
It was the frogs and the dinosaur that said this back to the noob guy and just said, you didn't really think this one out well, so I don't think that this is going to work. I'm really sorry. And it was just kind of, I just liked that comedic representation of when you don't really think about plans very well.
Yep.
And you're just kind of like, oh, I'm going to do this and it's going to end up this way. But when you don't think about your plans, that's when failure comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was like a nice little lesson, but shared in a funny way.
Yeah, I agree. That was cool. I remember that.
I liked that.
What are some other moments? I see that you've got a few written down here.
Yeah. Another one was if we focus, the movie really effectively represents if we focus too much on the past and needing to find answers from our past, or focusing on the future and needing to know what happens, it actually takes us out of our present moment, allowing us to love, embrace, and accept what is right actually here with us.
You said it, sister.
Because, Lewis is so focused on the past, the villain is so focused on the future that neither of them really understood what they had in the moment there.
Who was focused on the future?
The noob.
What was it? I thought he was more focused on the past, about correcting the past.
No, that's so correct. It was the son.
Yeah, he's focused on the future.
He was focused on the future. Yeah.
Get your facts right.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Another point that I really loved was the actual representation of the Robinson family.
Yep.
The fact that they are really loving and lovable, but actually, if you look at them, they're quite dysfunctional and disjointed as a family. Well, there's relatives. When Lewis first arrives at the house in the future, he just, the son says, don't talk to anyone, because the son doesn't want anyone to know that he's just brought his dad back from the past into the future.
Yep.
But Lewis goes around and meets all the family, and he goes into all these random rooms, and you learn about the different dynamics between people, and there's people in this massive house that I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who he's related to. And you kind of map out this whole entire family tree of all these different characters, and some of them love each other, some of them hate each other, not in a mad, malicious way, but it was just a nice representation of a family that shouldn't actually work, but it does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just nice. You know, you don't really see that very often.
Good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
And tell me more about Goob.
Yeah, Goob.
Because I honestly,
Goob is the noob.
I felt so sorry for Goob.
I know.
I feel so sorry. Like, it hurts.
Yeah.
Did he end up, like, getting what he wanted?
Yeah.
Like, happiness?
Yeah.
Ended up happy?
Yeah, because Lewis helped him out in the past.
Okay.
When they went back to the past, when Goob's, for him, the very fatal moment of his future changed. That was the thing. It was Goob was focused on this one moment and getting revenge from Lewis, that he missed all of the opportunity where he could have moved forward and was like, oh, okay, well, that's something that happened in the past. Can't change it now, so let's just move on. But he was so built in resentment and regret, that kind of thing.
Yeah, he was just fueled by hatred.
Yeah, yeah. So then anyway, Lewis wakes him up, and then he does the baseball catch, and then he wins, and he has all these friends. Yeah, so he has a happy ending.
You kind of needed that character, though, in the movie for it to be meaningful.
Yeah.
You know, you had to have the sadness to experience the happiness and innovation.
Yeah.
But that was just a hard watch from memory. That was such a hard watch. I just felt so sorry for him. He was also an orphan, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just had.
He was
no
the roommate
belief.
of Lewis.
Yeah. Makes me want to cry.
Don't cry. Suck it up.
Hey.
Joking.
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 I want to cry, Georgia.
You have all the space to cry.
On my podcast, I can cry.
Okay.
Thank you very much. All right, what else have we got? Anything else on Goob or the movie that you've taken? Taken anything from? No? You crushed your head? I am actually really keen to play the game.
Yeah.
We might crack that out next date night.
Yeah.
We could
That'd be
invite a
fun.
few people over. We should bring it over to your dad's house so he can have a look at it.
He is not the technically apt.
No, but Meet the Robinsons.
Oh, yeah, just to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch it again. I remember it being just very colourful and just a lot of innovation, and it sort of just like inspired you to just like be silly and stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
I forget one part that I really loved.
What part?
Sorry. It was the prototype room, and it was the one part of the room that future Lewis was the most proud of. And it was this one room in his massive mansion that was all about every prototype he's ever made. So all of the failures he keeps in this room to be a representation of, look, I had to fail to get to the invention that I have right now. I thought that was a really beautiful moment.
Yeah, I reckon this would be an awesome movie for parents to watch with their kids.
Yeah, it's the most clean, like when I was like looking back and doing my research, it's the most clean. There's no violence, romance, any kind of
Politics.
Yeah, there's no political agendas behind it. There's no mature themes. There's no representations of anything mature. Like, it is the most clean, family-friendly movie out there that has a beautiful message. So I'd highly recommend anyone get on it.
Yeah.
And it's fun for adults too.
Yeah.
Trip down memory lane.
I think there's a few funny moments in there even for adults, like a few, in-your-window jokes that, kids wouldn't understand. It's just, there would be.
Okay.
I believe there was. Because Disney's kind of like that because they know that adults are watching with children.
Yeah.
Classic Disney is anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really like the current Disney.
Okay.
Well, they ruined Star Wars for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with that. Star Wars was perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, anything else to add, or can I jump on to the checkout question?
No, jump on it. That was all I wanted to share.
Awesome. I like our movie reviews. I want to review... What's a movie I want to review next? I reckon Lion King. I reckon there'd be some good lessons in Lion King.
Yeah, I want to review Greatest Showman next.
Oh,
Good one.
one of our wedding songs are in that movie. The one that I've got to still learn how to dance to. That I would have already done because you're listening to this in middle of September, I'd say. And I've got to learn how to dance and embarrass myself on the 1st of September, which is awesome. Looking forward to it. Anxiety. But I'll be sweet. But checkout question. If you could be in any PlayStation 2 game, which one would it be? And I'll answer first because I don't want you to take mine.
Okay.
Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, that's a good one.
A world of just stupidity and endless fun and just being able to do whatever you want. Whatever you want. And it was kind of like the kids' version of GTA. Yeah. I really hope they bring that back. Someone actually made Simpsons Hit and Run current day on their PC, but because of like legal rights and stuff, they can't sell it. But they were able to make it on their like supercomputer, and it looked so good.
Well,
it was like
cool.
new graphics and everything up to date. It looked awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got one?
It would have to be my favourite PlayStation 2 game of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. What would it be?
Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were Rabbit.
That's such a random.
So
favourite game.
random, so weird, but
That was childhood.
it's like, it's the very first
Were you
PlayStation
even a
2 game
massive
I
fan
ever
of the
played.
show?
I didn't know it was a TV show. I knew that there were movies, and I watched the movie of Wallace and Gromit.
Sorry, that's what I mean.
Yeah. I loved it. It was great.
I was thinking of Shaun the Sheep.
Oh, okay.
Shaun the
No,
Sheep.
well, he was the spin-off of Wallace
It's
and
Shaun.
Gromit.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sean came from Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, I really liked Shaun the Sheep when I was younger.
Well, there you go. He came from Wallace and Gromit.
Oh.
Learned something new.
Nice. What do you like about the game?
I liked the movie first, so the game came after the movie. In the game, I loved the sound effects. I loved the characters. And I loved, it was open world, meaning that you could like run around and do all these side missions.
Yep.
Whilst also having a really good storyline. And yeah, it was great. It was fun.
All right. We've got a bit of extra time in this podcast. Top 3 favourite PS2 games.
Top 3.
Yep. Let's hear it.
Okay, first Wallace and Gromit.
Yep.
Second, Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yep.
Third, have to be A Dog's Life. Random.
Was that PS2?
Really random.
I thought that was Nintendo.
No, not the dog movie. Not the dog one where you get to own the dog.
God, that was a good game.
Dog's Life followed a beagle that was following his girlfriend, the poodle. But the only way that you had to get through the challenges was there was like a sniffing challenge, there was a peeing challenge, there was an agility challenge, and a race challenge. And you had to also help a human out with a challenge that they had.
That's cool.
And so you started on his farm and then you went to his property, then you went to a farm, then you went to the forest. Like you went through all of these different lands and each of the lands had a different dog that you had to beat and be the dominant dog.
That's cool.
It was really awesome. My favorite challenge was I had to try and find all the kittens that ran out on the street. And it was, again, it's something about sound effects.
Why don't we crack it out?
And this beagle. And if it was like too aggressive running up to the kitten, it would go like,
yeah. We should bring out that game.
yeah, it's fun.
You know what would be a really cool idea just off the cuff?
What?
When we're counselling younger kids, when they're adults, their parents are in the waiting room, we could bring out like an old retro, bring out the Sega for them and they can just chill and play their childhood game.
That's cool.
Bring their childhood back. I think my top 3 would be Simpsons Hit and Run, SpongeBob. That was a hard game.
Yeah.
My mum and I and my little brother Luke, we haven't finished it yet, and it's been like 20 years because we could never pass this one level. There was a glitch, but I think I know how to beat it. And my third, I reckon Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, that was a good one.
And a 4th with Nemo, and a 5th being Scooby-Doo.
Jeez, you got
and
a
a
few.
6th being Star Wars Battlefront.
Okay.
That was a lot.
Right.
7th being Ricky Ponting 2007 cricket.
Okay.
Great game.
We can tell who was the gamer.
I was a massive gamer. And the FIFA on there. PS2 was a massive step up from PS1. And then PS3 was even bigger than PS2. And then it's sort of like, it's died off a little bit.
This is a conversation I can't engage in. I don't really know what you're talking about.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, we'll jump onto our third and final podcast for tonight in about a few minutes. But I hope everyone has enjoyed that little spiel. We got off topic at the end, but that's all right. I hope that you have a good 2 minutes, Georgia.
Thank you. We'll have a quick break.
Have a quick break and we'll be back with No, how do the TV people do it? All right, we're just going to have a quick break and I'll be back with you in a sec.
Yes.
Yes. All right, everyone. I hope you have an awesome night, awesome day wherever you are, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.